Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first How to Heal When You Have to Deal series in May of 2020. Hi, I'm Nathan Ray, co-owner here at Rays of Hope LLC. Tonight, I want to talk about doing everything in moderation. Human beings are accustomed to change. No matter our job or lifestyle, we move from activity to activity, from change of scenery to change of scenery throughout every day. During a typical day prior to COVID-19, that might involve 50 or more activities and a dozen or more changes of scenery for each person. For instance, when you get up in the morning, you move from your bedroom to the bathroom. You might wash your hands, take a shower, brush your teeth, change your clothes, do other things to get ready for the day. You go to the kitchen, get your coffee, get your breakfast, outside to your car. You're commuting. Your drive changes every day. You have breaks, you have lunch. You commute home, which is different from your commute in. You transition to being home. You take care of activities around the house. You have dinner. You settle in for an evening, whatever you do, whether it's entertainment or doing some other stuff around the house. All of these things add up, and all of these things work for human beings because we are accustomed to change. We are accustomed to taking things in moderation and doing a little bit here, a little bit there. When we've been at our desk for too long, our muscles tell us, hey, it's time to get up and stretch. Our brain lets us know, you've been staring at this computer for way too long and you need some sort of different stimulus. Binge watching television is another similar thing. We still take breaks for food. We need to use the restroom or just move our muscles for a few minutes. The opposite is true as well. When we've been performing physical activity for too long, or if we've been doing it too intensely, our bodies let us know that we need a break. When we've been involved in intense discussions or research, our brain needs something that allows it to step away from what's happening right now and move into something different. The stay home, stay safe orders regarding COVID-19 have greatly limited our ability to change scenery and activities. These orders have many of us working from home or maybe not even working at all. At first, many people treated this as a staycation. They probably enjoyed that feeling of being able to kick back, binge watch TV shows, read books, do little things around the house, and otherwise be forced into slowing down their pace. However, as the emergency response has gone on and we've continued to have curtailed activities, many people are showing signs of becoming restless. That slower pace, not being able to engage in typical activities, is feeling like too much. It's no longer moderation. Instead, many people feel trapped. In previous editions of How to Heal When You Have to Deal, we've discussed ideas for how to stay connected, how to use physical and emotional self-care, and how to reframe our thinking about the limitations associated with COVID-19 emergency measures. In many states, including my home state of Washington, some restrictions are beginning to be lifted in cautious, slow steps. When we first go back to work or resume other activities, our impulse may be to give everyone we see a big hug, whether or not we even know them. We might want to go back into crowds, just revel in that feeling of having people around, going to sporting events, going to stores other than just the grocery store, getting together with lots of folks. All those faces that we haven't been interacting with every single day for the last 2 months. But I want you to think about, have you ever gone a long time without having food or water? If so, you probably remember how good it felt to be able to eat or drink again. But you might also remember drinking too fast, eating too much and subsequently having a stomach ache or getting a headache. If you've ever been injured or sick for an extended amount of time, been on bed rest, unable to do your normal exercise, you probably remember needing to be cautious about resuming physical activities because your muscles need to be accustomed to stretching, to holding your weight, to being active. Just as with that first meal or drink, just as with resuming physical activity, it's going to be important for us to recognize that we need to take things slowly as our restrictions are being lifted and our states are reopening. When we get together with family or friends, we should probably consider having time limits so that we protect ourselves. Connecting in person is a good thing, but our emotions may get overloaded. We may feel overstimulated and unable to cope with being so close to other people. That's okay, because too much of anything, even good things, can have an impact on us and throw us off our balance. Have you ever had that brain freeze from eating too much ice cream too fast? Maybe gotten a bellyache? Those are things that may happen as we try to resume our typical type of socialization and being around others. As our country, as our state, as your county and city begin the process of reopening, recognize that everyone is going to have different comfort levels and different capacities to be able to interact. One description I've heard of trauma is that it's too much or too little for too long. Our stress responses have been set off, oftentimes multiple times per day, and are continually loading our bodies with hormones that were really meant for short-term action. It's that fight, flight, or freeze type of reaction that prepares you for a short duration of doing something. After such a prolonged period of response, our bodies get depleted. This impacts our thoughts, it impacts our emotions, it impacts our general self, our general sense of self. It's likely that our capacity to interact with family, friends, and others will be very different than it was prior to COVID-19. I want to encourage you, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with those around you. Just as we have helped and supported each other through the shutdown, we can help and support each other through reopening. Continue to take those breaks, continue to practice self-care, and if you are feeling overwhelmed or overloaded, allow yourself to step away, to have that boundary, and to just say, I've had enough for right now. I'll come back to it later. Thank you so much for watching with tonight. This has been Nathan Ray with Rays of Hope, LLC. How to heal when you have to deal.